Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video for Elden Ring. My name is Ventus. In this Elden Ring video guide, I'm going to give you 7 things you should do before fighting the second main boss of the game, Godric. Now, these are things you can easily do directly after fighting Margit the Fell Omen to help make the second boss fight a little bit easier. And if you've already tried and failed a bunch of times to fight Godric, that's okay. You can still take these steps. Alright, so the first thing you should do after defeating Margit the Fell Omen is head to these 5 easy-to-reach churches and get the rewards that are there. Here are the locations on screen as well as what rewards they hold. And don't worry, you don't have to do anything very extra to get to these churches. Just ride Torn and avoid a few enemies that really have no hope of attacking you when you ride by them. The first is the Church of Irth. You can get there from the Stormhill Shack Site of Grace by taking this on-screen route. The rewards waiting for you there are a sacred tear and a conversation with Thops, which if you pay him 10 runes, it will start you on the quest for the Magic Academy. You can also learn a few magic spells from Thops for a price. He requests from you a glintstone key to get into the academy. Now, I've already made a video detailing in full on how to get into the academy, so if you're interested in taking that route soon after this, please see that guide for more direct instructions. You can use the sacred tears to increase the amount of returns you get back from taking potions. Alright, so the next few minutes doesn't need any real communication from me. It's just me showing you my character taking the most direct route to the Church of Irth. When my character makes it to the Church of Irth, I'll come back and show you where to go to get to the next church. Alright, so here's the Church of Irth. When you get there, don't forget to have that conversation with Thops. Pay him the 10 runes. You can learn spells if you like, but the most important part is this sets you up to start the quest to get into the Rhea Lucaria Academy, where there are a lot of rewards there. Won't get into it in this video, but like I said, you can check the other video that I've made on how to get into the Rhea Lucaria Academy. Next is the Church of Vows, located here. This is where you'll meet the giant turtle who you can learn incantations from, as well as acquire the gold sewing needles so you can alter garments. There's also an altar there where you can redeem celestial dew to bring some NPCs back to life that you may have killed or attacked on accident and have turned them against you. For more information on that, please see the video that I've made for how to revive dead NPCs. Keep in mind, this doesn't work for every dead NPC that you may have killed on accident, but most of them. Alright, here again, no real communication is going to be needed for this part. Once I get to the Church of Vows, I'll come back and I'll tell you how to get to the next church. If you start at the Church of Irth, at the grace site that's near the Church of Irth, if you take this route, you don't have to fight anything along the way if you don't want to. There are a couple bosses that you can fight, but you don't have to really fight these bosses. Just follow my path, and then you'll be able to get to Church of Vows with no problem. After the Church of Vials is the third Church of Marika, and it's probably the most important one right now. It's located here, and it's where you pick up the ability to use the Mixed Wondrous Physics, as well as another Sacred Tear. Also, in this same area is an Ash of War called Sacred Blade. This is a powerful item that will enchant your weapon so it deals extra holy damage, which will come in super handy when fighting Godric. It also allows you to shoot holy projectiles from your weapon at a low FP cost. To get this Ash of War, head north of the Third Church of Marika across the little lake and find the glowing scarab. Kill it and you get the Ash of War. To apply Ashes of War to your weapon, go to any site of grace and select the option for Ashes of War and select the one that you want to apply to the weapon that you want. To activate it on the PlayStation controller, just simply press L2. Next is the Church of Pilgrimage, where you'll find another Sacred Tear. This one is to the south of the Gatefront Ruins, but you can easily get there with little problems starting from the Agheel Lake North side of Grace and traveling along the road and turning south at the fork right after the bridge. Don't forget to collect all the sites of grace along the way there. And the final church I'm going to show you this video is the Smoldering Church. Now, this one is going to be a bit tricky because you have to fight an NPC invader there called Anastasia. She's pretty easy to beat compared to the first boss. Defeating her will get you the Sacred Scorpion Charm, a talisman that you can equip and use in conjunction with the Sacred Blade Ash of War to deal more damage with holy attacks. Alright, so the easiest and most direct way to get to the Smoldering Church is to start from the site of Grace at the Stormhill Shack and then just travel east. Continue on past the Saints Bridge site of Grace onto the Summon Water Village outskirts site of Grace. You're going to head to the Summon Water Village. There's a Tibia Miner there if you haven't, Tibia Mariner there, I'm sorry. If you haven't already fought it, you don't have to fight it. You can just ride right past it. Straight past the Summon Water Village is going to be the Smoldering Church.
Unknown, heed my. The village here has been worse yet. If you the village here turn back.
Alright, so the next thing that you should do after all the churches is to get the Dragon Cult Prayer Book, because it holds one of the most useful attack spells in the game, the Lightning Spear. It requires you to have a faith of 17 to use, so if you don't yet have 17 faith on your stats, grind levels until you get to a 17 faith, because this spell is a must for zone clearing, especially in Stormveil Castle. The Dragon Cult Prayer Book is dropped by a knight in the Liurnia of the Lakes region who patrols the road near the Artist Shack. Once you defeat him and get the prayer book, take it to either the Church of Vows to the Turtle or to Corrin in the Round Table Hold. Either one of them will teach you the spells in the book for a price. The only spell that you really need from the book is the Lightning Spear.
Ah, well then. That...
Next, after that, I suggest visiting the Death-Touched Catacombs located here. In this cave, you can get the Uchi Katana if you didn't start out as a samurai class. Now, this weapon requires 15 dexterity to use properly, but you can still use it even if you don't have the required dexterity. The cave is filled with undead skeletons that you have to knock down and then attack again on the ground to get rid of them, but if you have the Sacred Blade Ash of War and use it on your weapon, they die in one attack. The final boss of this cave is a knife-wielding assassin, but he is easily defeated if you use the Lone Wolf Ashes to distract him while you get free attacks. Along with a nice sum of rooms to help you level up, this knife assassin drops his assassin's talisman, which is a helpful item that restores your health on critical attacks, which comes in very handy on a lot of boss fights. And after you do all that, if your character level is still not at least level 30, I suggest grinding mobs to get to level 30 either at the Gatefront Ruins or by tackling some of the Everjails spread around the map. Everjails are easy one-on-one fights with bosses that drop extra items. Here's what an Everjail looks like. Once your character is level 30 plus, I suggest going to the Round Table Hold and increasing the strength of your weapons with the Weaponsmith, making them as strong as possible before fighting Godric. Now, I beat him on my new save game with a +4 Lord Sworn Greatsword. My stats for the fight were level 34 with a Vigor of 19, Mind of 15, Endurance of 11, Strength of 16, Dexterity of 13, Intelligence of 12, Faith of 17, and Arcane 10. Also, if you want an easier time following this fight with Godric, start preparing your character for the Sword of Night and Flame. The Sword of Night and Flame is a magic short sword that comes with 2 powerful magical attacks, one a beam of magic and one a wave of fire. It will literally carry you through most of the game. You get it at the Carrier Manor, but it requires you to have a 24 Faith and a 24 Intelligence. So I suggest you start increasing both of those stats, because that's going to be what you need next if you want the next few bosses and zones to be a lot easier. For more information, please see the detailed video guide that I've already made showing how to get the Sword of Night and Flame. Alright, so in the boss fight that you're seeing, I pretty much recklessly ran at this guy because I'm honestly used to fighting him with a lot more health and a lot more resources at my disposal with my main account. So I just kind of ran at him and just really didn't care about anything, and I suggest you do the same. A lot of jump heavy attacks when you fight him. I'm going to make another detailed guide on how exactly I did it. Alright, that's going to be it for this guide. I hope it was able to help. If it was, please drop a like. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.